First, I'd like to welcome everybody today. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to come out in the cold. As you're aware, what we're doing is we're going to dedicate a plaque to the veterans of foreign wars here in 603 in Norwalk. It's a Mulvoy Tarloff-Aquino post. And at the same time, in order to preserve this beautiful cannon that's a historic relic from World War I, we're going to be donating $20,000 to the district to maintain this cannon in perpetuity. So right now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have the colors posted. Gentlemen, please post the colors. And salute. On two. Thank you. Now I'd like to have our commander, Don Burrows, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Again, hand salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Salute. Thank you, sir. Please be seated. A rumor has it when Don first gave the Pledge of Allegiance, there are only 22 stars on the flag. We're not sure if there's any truth to that or not. Is that correct, Don?
It's correct.
It's correct, okay.
I was on the USS Pennsylvania.
He was on the USS Pennsylvania. We're going to do a little brief history on the cannon. The cannon is an 1877 model Labange cannon from France. It's a 155. This cannon actually saw service at Verdun in the First World War. It was produced in 1881, and to the best of our knowledge, this may be the last cannon of its type in existence. There was a question posed to us the other day about what is the significance of this cannon and what does it mean to us. And what it means to us is that this represents not just World War I, but all of the conflicts in which all of the members of the VFW and the American Legion and those who didn't serve in combat, this represents everything that we have done. This was given to us during a time when the world was at war and when we had to preserve peace and we had to preserve democracy around the world. On the plaque down below the cannon in the front here, you'll find three names on there. One is Mulvoy, one is in Tarloff. Our post is a Mulvoy Tarloff-Aquino post. Aquino was killed in the Second World War and his name was added as a result. Also on this plaque is Frank C. Godfrey, and that's what post 12 in Norwalk is named after. The cannon was given to us in 1921, so it's been over here for quite some time. For those of you who go way back, you'll know this cannon's been in several different locations around town, including what we used to call the pit behind the police department, because at one point it was abandoned. And when that cannon was abandoned, Post 603 stepped up again, retrieved and recovered the cannon, refurbished it, and put it down in front of the building that we had on High Street, and that's where it stayed for many, many years. The pedestal was up here. It wasn't until 2009, when we gave the cannon back to the 1st Taxing District, that it was reunited with the pedestal. And at that point, we had a big ceremony over here, including the French ambassador was here and a few other people who had an awful lot to do with it at that time. And that's how the cannon ended up back in its current position. We're hoping now that it stays here forever. One of our members, Mo Mona's over here, had suggested a while ago that we do something to recognize that it is VFW Post 603 in Norwalk who has done some things in town. So a couple of us, Joe Morosky and myself, approached the 1st Taxing District and asked if we could put a small marble monument out here dedicating the cannon to the VFW and to the 1st Taxing District. But then Dom DeGangi and Laura Mappin and a couple of other people from the 1st District met with us, including the commission, and they came up with the idea of a plaque instead, which is at the base of the cannon now, up on top, and will be unveiled in a little while. But the cannon, what the plaque says is, this cannon is proudly gifted to and maintained in perpetuity for the 1st District of the City of Norwalk by Mulvoy Tarloff-Aquino, VFW Post 603, in memory of all who have served. So what you're going to see today is the first unveiling of this plaque, something that we, who are members of the VFW Post, take great pride in, and something that everybody in the city of Norwalk should take great pride in. When this cannon was first first donated by the French government to Norwalk, They had a parade in town. 10,000 people came out to see this cannon in place. Today we have 40. It's 100 years later. I recognize the difference, so I'm not going to argue that point. But I'm glad that you folks had the opportunity or took the time to come out here and recognize what this means. What we're hoping is that every time somebody goes past this cannon, they'll remember the sacrifices made by the people who are named on these plaques and the people who served after them. Okay, what I'd like to do right now is if I could have the plaque unveiled. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the plaque unveiled. All right. If I could now, I have in my possession a check for $20,000. I'd like to have Marge Bryan come up, please. Marge is representing the First Taxing District Commission, and she'd like to say a few words. Thank you.
Maria.
Maria. I knew I got it wrong there. Maria Bryan. Sorry.
It's spelled
Sorry.
weird.
Right. I'm Pete. This is Maria.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, VFW Post 603. My voice is crummy, so I won't speak long. But I just wanted to say that today we're commemorating the gift to the VFW Post 603 of the cannon. Peter gave you some of its history by unveiling a plaque to give credit where credit is due. The cannon could have been scrapped if not for you all stepping up. It's appropriate that we have a permanent plaque to commemorate your gift. It's also fitting that we hold it on Pearl Harbor Day, a day that led to America once again sending people, sending military in to fight for freedom wherever it might need to be, here, there, offshore. On behalf of the First Taxing District and my fellow commissioners, Tom Cullen, Elsa Peterson Obuchowski, Treasurer Jalen Seed, my sincere thanks and appreciation to the VFW for their gift and for the generous donation that will ensure the maintenance of the cannon for the citizens of Norwalk, and that people will be able to come here and understand the contribution made by our veterans. Thank you for your service.
Thank you
for the gift.
Right. Thank you very much. Now, don't go anywhere. I got something for you.
Okay.
All right. All right. On behalf of the VFW Norwalk, Post 603, Marloff, Malvoy, Tarloff, Aquino Post, I'd like to present this check of $20,000 to the First Taxing District. This check will assure that this cannon is maintained in perpetuity. As you can see, it's made out of iron. There's some concrete in it, there's some wood in it, and occasionally it needs to be maintained. We don't want the citizens of Norwalk to be burdened with a cannon that belonged to us. We're going to take charge of that. So I'd like to present this check to you for $20,000. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know if any of you know this, but when Todd was doing the research and talking to cannon experts, they were pleased and delighted to find that the breech had not been welded shut and that it was fireable. So if we're ever invaded by Darien, we can take them on.
Okay. I kind of wish you hadn't have said that, because we assured the state that the breech had been welded shut, but that's okay. Which we will now have to do. But anyway, that actually concludes the event. I'm sorry the mayor wasn't able to get here. I did have a couple of conversations, and I knew he was going to be very busy. We're proud. We're proud as veterans that we can do this for the city of Norwalk, and we're really thankful for what all the citizens of Norwalk have done for us.